There are 3 phases of Ranger School: Derby, Mountain, and Swamp. 60% of the students will fail in the first 4 days. For those who move on, statistically they will still have a difficult time. 1/3 of all students will repeat a phase. It's called recycling. At least 15 students a year will recycle every single phase.
Let's go. Waste the time. Get off the wall, Hurry up! Out of the pit! Rangers!
Now, when Chris and Shaye moved on and I didn't, that was by far one of the hardest days of Ranger School for me. I remember Chris coming over happy, expecting me to stay. I was also moving on. She gave me the biggest hug, and I looked at her literally with tears in my eyes saying, "I'm done. I can't do this."
And I was skeptical if they could handle it physically. Then we got to mountains, and there was one night we were doing a long walk. I was the 320 gunner, so I had a lot of weight on me, and I was struggling. And I stopped and I asked a halfway point, "Hey, can anyone help take some of this weight?" I got a lot of deer in the headlight looks. You know, a lot of people were like, I can't take any more weight. Shaye was the only one to volunteer to take that weight. She took the weight off me. She carried it the last half of that rock.
These 2 females have showed themselves that they can serve by my side at any time, because I know I can trust them, and I hope that they can trust me.
Ranger School is definitely a team event, and what makes recycling hard is you're starting over with a new team each time. With the guys, it was a transition for most of them. It was, I don't believe women should be here. Okay, well, I need you. Otherwise, I can't pass my patrols, and you need me to pass your patrols, so let's just work together. By the time we got to the last day of the field problem, people forgot that one of them was different than the other. People were really worried about the sleeping conditions or a woman's physical ability to lift things. I hear a lot of times the comment that my husband weighs X amount, his equipment weighs so much, no woman would be able to drag him out of a firefight. I guess what I want people to do is stop worrying about whether a woman can do it and say, well, can a 150-pound ranger do what's necessary to accomplish the mission? I think on days that I got really down, I never ever thought about quitting, but I definitely thought about wanting to go home. Mentally, the hardest thing for me was missing my family. I don't think it was that different for me than it was for the dads. I had a guy in my platoon whose wife was pregnant, and every day he would look at an ultrasound and he would just sit there and stare at it. I saw the fathers being just as heartbroken with their missed events and not seeing their children. I wanted to be the best soldier I could be.
You know, Ranger School isn't about me and my family. It's about a lot of people, and a lot of people are passionate about this and love or hate the concept of women going to Ranger School, but it's a bigger deal than just the Jaster family. It's important to try to do hard things, but it's also important to look at the big picture and see how you can add to society and maybe make the world a little bit better.